It's been a while, but how much salary do Singaporeans earn? And this is the 2025 update. Because the latest Singapore salary data is out, published by the Ministry of Manpower with 2024 hottest data. And from here, you can see that the median salary is now 5,500. But does that really mean the average Singaporean is doing well? Let's break it down in this video. And if you're also interested in increasing your salary, building your wealth, and planning for your early retirement, then join us at over 19,000 members in the Honey Money SG Telegram group to ask your salary questions there. Let's start with the fact that we need to understand what is the salary data about and what is this 5,500 comprised of. If we just look at the text, 5,500 is inclusive of CPF, and this is the median data. This is not the average or the mean salary, okay? It is the median, which is one of the more accurate measures because we have too many wealthy individuals in Singapore. For employees, it refers to the gross monthly wages or salaries before deduction of employee CPF contributions and personal income tax. And this data includes 1/12 of annual bonuses. What does this data even tell you? It means the 5,500 is inclusive of the employer 17% contribution plus the fact that there is 1/12 of the salary as the annual wage supplement. This is like the bonus, the 13-month, so it's not a 12-month, it's a 13-month average. Therefore, if you want a clearer idea on a clean gross monthly income without bonuses and employer's contribution, we will do the following formula. 5,500 divided by 1.17 multiplied by 12 divided by 13, which gives you $4,335 gross income. Are you earning around this amount as a median income employee? Just for comparison's sake, 2023 median income was $5,197 from this table, and we clean out all the excess, the gross income is $4,100 per month. Therefore, if we compare 2023 with 2024 numbers, 4,335 divided by 4,100, that represents a 5.73% year-on-year growth. Did your salary increase at least 5.73%? To be frank, I really feel that 5.73% is really quite optimistic, but I don't deny the fact that there are people who definitely have annual increments much more than 5.73%. But let's watch on, shall we? If we look at the long-term growth rate, the nominal wages grew 3.8% per year, but real wage growth after inflation was only 0.7% per year. What does this tell you? It tells you that Singaporeans are indeed earning more in terms of the numbers, right? The more aggregate salary and income you have, the more growth number you are going to experience. But the truth is, there is something called inflation. And if we look at the difference between nominal growth versus real wage growth, that is the inflation number, which is 3.8% minus 0.7%, which means inflation is growing at a rate of 3.1% per year, which sounds about right. 3.1% per year inflation. I think that is generally a good trend. But this also means that if your salary is not growing at least 3.1% per annum, you are actually losing part of your pay to inflation, because you need to get at least 3.2% to at least fight inflation, otherwise you really just lose out. So think for yourself, are you keeping up with the trend? Is your employee income good enough? Or even if you want to start some investments to, outpace inflation, then I think one of the fundamental ways of investing is to look at long-term investing into index funds that tracks the major indices. And you could do so via Interactive Brokers, which I have also done, because Interactive Brokers offers one of the lowest costs, plus the fact that they have superior foreign exchange rates, and they even allow you to do regular savings plan RSP, which you could dollar cost average your investments. So this is my number one choice of broker if you want to invest for the long term. And you could check out Interactive Brokers in this link right here to learn more about how you can start your investment journey. But I want to move on to the second question that you may have. How much do Singaporeans really take home? If we move on to look at the mean gross monthly income this time, it is $6,138 in the third quarter of 2024. And this is exclusive of bonuses. Just to be clear, mean income is largely different from median income, because if we look at median income, we were only at 5,500, right? But if we look at mean income, it is 6,138. So if you look at the percentage difference, 6,138 divided by $5,500 minus 1, and that equals to 11.6% difference. Where did the difference come from? Isn't the mean and median about the same? Then you must recognize the fact that the way mean or average income is calculated is that they take the entire cohort of salary persons and then they divide by the salary population. And what this means is that there are several high income individuals that skew the data so up that it is a 11.6% delta. And I'm sure you heard of people from the internet that earns like 6-figure salary per month, not per year. And these are the people that are skewing away the data upwards. Whereas if you look at median income, it is really taking the most center person out of this one whole stretch of people. They just choose the center person and take what is his income. So you don't care who is earning much more than him, and you don't care who is earning much lesser than this person, be it a lady or a gentleman. Therefore, I always feel that median income is a more accurate representation of the entire economy, and mean is like pulling the average up. But let's move on. If we look at the quarterly trend, it is up 7.2% year over year in Q1 2024, but growth slowed to 4.7% by quarter 3. And one more disturbing fact is that if you look at the bonus trend, you realize that bonuses are shrinking. The average bonus paid out by companies is now 1.76 months, which is the lowest of the decade. 创新低, record low. Does it mean that business are not doing as well, or are they more kiam siap? Like, more selfish, don't want to pay out more? Because if you look at 10 years ago, it averages out about 2 months bonus, Now it's 1.76, less than 2 months. Is your company one of them? Moving on, we are going to look at the summary of income growth, and we are going to take the data from 2018 to 2023. Nominal growth is around 4% per annum, while the real wage growth is around 1% per annum, because 3% is going to inflation, which what we discussed earlier, so it's aligned. Which I have to repeat this again. If your annual salary increment is less than 3%, then you either have to change job or you have to buck up, because you are still losing to inflation even though you have a slight increment. And to put it more bluntly, if you have an increment less than 3%, you're getting a pay cut. You're not getting a pay raise, okay? Because inflation is eating up your purchasing power. Anyway, there's lots of data on this Ministry of Manpower data statistics on salary, income, and growth stuff, which y'all could check it out. But if you want me to deep dive into further statistics, go and comment which +1 plus what data do you want me to analyze and, break down for you. So that's which +1, comment which +1. Now, having read and analyzed all these data, I think y'all want an answer, right? Are you being underpaid? So how to compare yourself when your colleagues don't want to share with you their salary? In fact, you could go to one of these websites, which is published by Straits Times, where they make a salary calculator. And based on your age group, your profession, your industry, they will try to benchmark you, like which percentile are you on. So let's play around with this calculator, right? If you're on the age 30, okay, and then your pay is $5,000, your profession is an accountant, and you are in the professional services industry, you are actually underpaid. In fact, you are the bottom 63%. Can you imagine 30 years old earning $5,000 in the accounting field is actually considered underpaid? Which is why I already left my accounting job long time ago. Okay, work is super inflexible. There are long working hours. The pay is not even that high, and then there's massive foreign competition. But enough about the runs. But I do want to come back to this point of, other than income or salary, what other points are there that make you want to stay in this job? I think there are more non-monetary factors, like working hours. Do you actually work the full 8 hours, or your 2 hours is just idle time and you can eat snake? Number 2, does your company practice flexible work arrangements? For example, you could work from home, or you could check in time and check out time, like different from the usual office crowd. And number 3, are you learning any valuable skills on the job that even if you leave this job or this company, you will still be very valuable to your future employer? That is something to consider apart from monetary gains. Then if you ask me, what were my non-monetary gains working as an ex-chartered accountant? I will feel that it's good to know numbers in the sense of a company. Like, now that I run my own business, I know that what these numbers mean and how to work with other departments, or in fact other clients. Because when you're running a business, it's very different from working for a company already. You have to handle all these financial stuff yourself, which is what I'm very grateful for my accounting education. Therefore, to close off this video, are you earning below or above the median income of $5,500 inclusive of CPF employer contribution plus 1/12 of your AWS? Comment down below, above or under. And if you want to look at one of my most popular videos of how much salary is enough in Singapore, then you could check out this video right here.